What is up YouTube, my name is John and I just wanted to make this little update video for you guys. So first things first, I'm not sick anymore, so I'm extremely sorry about the lack of videos in the last like 2 weeks, and even before it wasn't really ideal because I just got sick like 2 times in a row and there was just a little space in between where I was able to record some videos where I actually sounded like a human being, so there is that, but I'm back in full force, hopefully gonna knock it on wood, because otherwise I'm just gonna get sick again, and I do not want that because I had my share and I just wanted to, record new videos for you guys because that's where the fun is on this channel. But the second thing that I wanted to talk about today is that I've done some changes to my Patreon. Actually, really big changes that I was already talking about like last month. I actually updated my patrons last month about this, so I hope all of my patrons saw this because it's quite important. And if you've been on the channel for a while, you might have probably seen some of those videos. Actually, a lot of those videos were labeled, like Patreon requests, and those were monthly requests from my Patreons, from my awesome Patreons who are just amazing and sent me a lot of amazing music. But the thing is, in the last 2 months, also when I got sick, it's like, you got requests for a certain month, and I'm that kind of person, when I'm supposed to get something done till the end of a specific month, and I do not get it done, I'm like, oh my god, I'm the biggest human failure on this planet. And even though, my patrons were always super nice and they were like, it's okay if you don't make it till the end of the month. It's okay, we can wait. So thank you guys so much for your patience over these past few months, or maybe even a year. I know that some of you have been on my Patreon for a long time and I cannot thank you enough. But yeah, I was kind of, the schedule was kind of slipping from me, and many times I just felt like, man, this is starting to become a little bit of a chore, because I was always in the back of my head, it was like, okay, so I gotta do these songs, man, I gotta do these songs. And don't get me wrong, I discovered some amazing music through my patrons, because, I don't know, Roses Unread, Falling Up, Fire from the Gods, all of these bands and many more have actually made their way to my, regular listening experience, my karmics and stuff like that. It felt a little bit like a race, like some kind of imaginary clock with a baton was chasing me all the time and was like, you gotta do these songs in time, man. And I was like, no, please God, no, please don't punish me for being late. But as I said, my patrons were so cool with it, but in my mind, even in real life, I like to be on time, and when I can't be on time, and also because I felt like it was kind of taking over the channel a little bit too much at times, because sometimes I would do like a week without, and then, another week just Patreon requests, and it was, it started to feel like a chore a little bit, going to be honest. So I'm extremely sorry if I disappoint anyone with these news, but the monthly requests will have to be stopped. But that doesn't mean that the Patreon is going completely away. You can edit your tier however you like. You can just, delete your pledge, whatever you feel like. If you just, don't feel like supporting me on Patreon anymore, absolutely cool with that, no problem. You do you, and I'm going to edit my Patreon a little bit. Actually, I just did that, so there will be just 2 tiers from now on. There will be $1 and $2 tier. Now, the $1 tier, we will be doing weekly polls where I will be posting like 5 songs, and you guys will choose which one will I do a reaction to. So there is that, and you will also get shouted out in that video that I will make from that poll. I will shout you out, your name in that video. And the second tier that's remaining is react to this one. For $2 you can request 1 song. It's a one-time request, and you will still be able, to vote in the polls, and you will get the shout out, and you can edit your tier whenever you feel like. If you just wanna, go for one song, you can just do this one, delete it, absolutely okay with me. So those are the big changes that I'm making to my Patreon right now. If you want to check it out, the link will be down in the description below. And also wanted to say again, thank you so much for all my Patreons who have been supporting me, for as long as I've had my Patreon, or maybe, just even like few months, few days, few weeks. Thank you all so much for your support. It means so much for me. With this said, this will also allow me to again, start picking out random requests from your comments. I wasn't able to do as much before because, I had a lot of these monthly requests to do, but now a lot of these will come back, and I am really looking forward to that because I discovered a lot of cool stuff from you, from the random comments as well. And I will be also doing, new stuff. I will be doing stuff that I'm excited about, and maybe one day I'll even finish that Doom playthrough. So yeah, that is all that I wanted to talk about today. Sorry to anyone who is disappointed by this decision, but I think that if I kept going with these monthly requests, I would not enjoy them as much as I did before. So yeah, there is that. Again, as I said, if you want to check out my Patreon, the link is down in the description. 2 tiers, we'll be doing weekly polls where I'll be choosing 5 songs and you guys will vote. And react to this one where you can request a song one time and still, vote, and everything will be there as well. So these 2 tiers are now a go. Thank you again so much for supporting me on Patreon, supporting me here on YouTube by just, watching and just interacting with my videos in any way. I really appreciate that. I never want to take that for granted because you guys are just freaking fantastic. And last thing, to those guys who have already sent me their last requests for their monthly requests, don't worry, I didn't forget about you. I got your messages and I will start recording tomorrow these last monthly requests. So guys, again, thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Cheers.